Hello everyone, welcome to CivilPrep. So this is a MentorQuest session where we will be looking at the various questions with respect to uh, the questions which have been already asked in the PYQ. Okay, and we will see that how we can approach for the questions which can come in the future. So guys, you can join my YouTube channel through this QR code, and you can join my Telegram group by this QR code here. Okay, now coming back to the question here, we have this session on the plate tectonics. Now, the question which is arising here, that is elucidate various mechanisms driving plate movements of Earth. Now, this is one of the questions uh, which have been not asked directly with respect to the mechanisms which is driving the plate motions here. Okay, so this becomes one of the important topic which is needed to be analyzed thoroughly, so that we will be able to answer such questions in a very simple manner. Okay, so guys, before this, I would like to tell you something. Yes, guys. Okay, so I want to tell you about a reprep session which we are currently going through. So this session, we will see that there is a live evaluation of answers. Okay, so there are various aspirants who are already writing answers for the mains 2025, and actually they are benefiting from this program. Okay, where there is personalized one test based mentorship. Basically, the test is of 10 questions or 20 questions. Either they are writing the test from my part, or they are writing test of any coaching institute. Likewise, okay, it can be previous year question also. So when they feel that they need to have a better evaluation of the paper, and how and where we can improve with respect to the answer, okay, with respect to examples also. So here, this is a personalized mentorship for the individual test program. So here, the cost is being based on the per test. Okay, the per test, you want value evaluation, so will be just evaluation. And if you want mentorship, so it will be based on mentorship also. Okay, so for 5 questions, it is around the amount have been specified here. The 5 question, 10 question, 20 question test you can write, and you can send to me for evaluation. So first test evaluation, it will be free from my side, and from second test, it will be chargeable. Okay, so guys, uh, you can log into the website, and you can book your slots with respect to the re-prep session here. Okay, so guys, coming back to our session. Okay, so now this question, it is asking about the various mechanisms driving the plate movement of the Earth. Now, when we will look at the answer here, we need to specify that the plate tectonics theory, it is basically based on the quantitative revolution and the logical positivism, which was based on data and statistics, which was basically propounded by Morgan, Wilson, Mackenzie, and Parker. Okay, so they also basically interlinked the various mechanisms through which the motion of the plates that is convergent, divergent, and transform were identified and applied over continental and oceanic plates. So this is an introduction which we can give for the driving mechanism for the plate tectonics here. Okay. So moving to the next part of the answer. So various mechanisms driving plate movement. So here we'll be seeing that there is one important part that Arthur Holmes, he has given the theory of convection currents. Okay, where he has specified that okay, so here we can see an arrangement of plate. This is, here we can see this is oceanic crust. This is also oceanic crust. And this is continental crust. And this is asthenosphere. Okay, here we have the various motions of the plate here. Okay, here magmite is coming out, and this is resulting into the formation of the mid-oceanic ridges. Okay, so this was also explained. So this was interlinked with the seafloor spreading theory. Now, in the second part, we will be seeing here that we also have another various motions of the plate. Okay, so here what we see that we are looking at an interaction of plate, which is of two kind, okay, or of two types. So here we can see that there is formation of a trench, and this is a kind of a convergent motion, and this is a divergent motion. Okay, now here we also have another type of plate motion where we see that this is one plate and this is another plate. Yeah, I'll just take it a bit upwards. So here we have a transform motion. Okay, so here we'll be seeing that the plates here, they are moving in the opposite direction. The one plate here, we can see that it is moving in this direction, and another plate here, it is moving in the downward direction. So therefore we see that we have various kind of plate interactions here. Now, this is the plate interaction, but we need to specify here that what are the various driving mechanisms. Okay, so here Arthur Holmes has provided that yes, this kind of condition is being formed here. But if we look at the driving mechanisms, number one driving mechanism here we have, that is the slap pull mechanism. Okay, so under the slap pull mechanism, what we'll be seeing that here we see that this is one of the plate. Okay, this oceanic plate, it is one of the plate which is present here. Now, here we see that the magma which is present beneath the plate, it is providing certain friction. Okay, so magma which is under the force of convection current. Okay, so it is providing certain friction to the plate. And here we see that the plate, it is pulled down towards the trench. Okay, so here we see that this plate here, there is a slap pull mechanism. Okay, now number two, there is ridge push mechanism. So under the ridge push mechanism, what we'll be seeing that here we have one mid-oceanic ridge, here we have another mid-oceanic ridge. Okay, and in this part we'll be seeing that magma, it is having a divergent motion. Okay, so magma here, it is having a divergent motion. So what is actually happening in this particular point? Number one, when magma is reaching the mid-oceanic region. Okay, here it is reaching the mid-oceanic region. So here, number one, the ridges, okay, where the cracks and fractures are present. Okay, here, number three, because magma, it is entering the cracks, and here it is coming in contact with the outer, or we can say the crustal area. Okay, so where we see that in this particular region, here the pressure is quite high because it is still inside the mantle region. But as it is coming out of the mantle, here the pressure is released. Therefore, what we see that there is increase in volume. There is increase in volume. So here we'll be seeing that as the magma, it is entering the cracks, it comes in contact with the crustal area where the magma, it is experiencing decline in pressure. Okay, because of which what is happening, the magma, it is getting cooled and it is expanding. So because of this expansion, okay, in this area, whenever the expansion will take place, there will be a ridge push mechanism will occur. Okay, so this is the second mechanism which is happening, which is occurring because of the cooling of magma and the expansion of magma at the ridge part. Okay, so this is the part where the development of the new ridge is taking place. And yes, this ridge is pushing the plates apart from each other. So these are the two important, we can say, mechanisms. These are the two important mechanisms which is helping us to understand that how this contemporary motion of the plate is taking place. Okay, but here we also need to explain the convection current, which is the basis for the movement of the ridge push mechanism and the slab pull mechanism. Okay, now in the third part we'll be seeing that here the one of the other forces, the driving mechanisms, which is identified here. So this is uh, the plates, okay, when they are under the continent. Okay, when this is a continental plate, or I can write it outside. Okay, so here we see that there is either a divergent boundary or I can say divergent motion, or here we can see that there is presence of mantle plumb of a hotspot. Okay, mantle plumb of the hotspot. So here we see that there is upwelling of magma is taking place here. Okay, this is the region of asthenosphere. So here the mantle plumb, it is getting accumulated in the region. So here there is accumulation of magma is taking place. So because of the accumulation of magma, this plate, okay, which is a continental plate, okay, here this was initially static, okay, it was non-moving. But because of this accumulation of magma here, that is mantle plumb, there was deformation of the plate. Okay, here we can see the plate, it started to get deformed. Okay, the deformation of plate. Then there was the deformation of plates. Then after this, we'll be seeing that there was formation of cracks and fractures. Okay, after the uplifting, after the uplifting of plate, okay, here upliftment have taken place and there is formation of cracks and fractures here. So because of the formation of cracks and fractures, we'll see that there is formation of rift valley. Okay, and here the plates, they will start to move in the opposite direction. Why? Because here the magma, it is providing the forces here. Okay, so rift valley will be formed, and after this what we will see that if there is presence of water near the region, there is a presence of water body, so it will result into the formation of a new ocean, and the continent, the continental plate will be divided into half. Okay, so here we can see that the same phenomena, it is occurring over the region of, it is occurring over the region of East African region. So here there is movement of the plates which is taking place here, okay, which is resulting into the rifting of the continent into two parts. Okay, so this is an example of East African Rift Valley. Okay, so here this mechanism, it is happening because of the super African hotspot. Okay, super African hotspot, which is coming from the core of the Earth. So this mechanism, which we can apply here over the continental part, and the other two mechanisms we can apply over the oceanic part here. Okay, so through this, writing the conclusion here. Okay, we can conclude the mechanism of driving forces plays an important role in the moment, or we can also write the motion of plates that can be oceanic or continental, resulting in the various geophysical phenomena like earthquake, volcanism, and formation of new oceans. Okay, so this is one part which we can write as the conclusion for this answer here. Okay, so just recapping here. So this is the question on elucidate various mechanisms driving plate movement of Earth. So here under the introduction part, we can write the plate tectonic theory, which is part of quantitative revolution. Also logical positivism based on data and statistics, provided by Morgan, Wilson, McKenzie, and Parker, interlink various mechanisms through which motions of the plate, that is convergent, divergent, or transform, were identified and applied over continent and oceanic plate movements. Okay. So first here we'll be addressing in the terms of the mechanism of driving plate movement, the Arthur Holmes theory of the convection current, where we can provide here the diagram of the convection current and the 2 points, that is the mid-oceanic region and the trench point, where the divergent motion near MOR and convergent motion near the trenches is taking place. So here the first mechanism which we see here, that is the slap pull mechanism, which is happening because of the friction due to the convection currents, okay, happening because of magma over the crust. So plate is pulled down towards the trenches here. Okay, so as we can see this particular aspect here, where the motion of plate is taking place. Okay, so same thing is also applied over the transform boundaries. Now, there is another mechanism, that is ridge push mechanism. Here we see that when the magma is reaching the mid-oceanic ridges, the ridges which is consisting of cracks and fractures are present. So magma entering the cracks, it is in contact with the crustal area where the magma, it is experiencing declining pressure when it is coming out of this particular vent. Okay, then the magma is getting pulled and it is expanding. So because of the expansion here, we can see the ridge push mechanism, it is occurring, resulting into the pushing of the plate here. Okay, so this is the ridge push mechanism. Apart from this, the third driving mechanism, it can be because of the volcanic hotspot and the fracturing of the plate and forming the two different plates. So initially the continental plate, it is static, but here deformation of plate, it is happening because of this deformation of plate. Okay, because of uplifting of the region, as we can see it here, there is cracks and fractures are formed. These cracks and fractures result into the formation of rift valley, and here if it is widened, it results into the formation of new oceans, and the continent will be divided into two halves. So this example we can see, which is currently happening in the East African Rift Valley. So concluding here, the mechanism of driving forces play an important role in the motion of the plates that can be oceanic or continental, resulting in various geophysical phenomena like earthquake, volcanism, and formation of new oceans. By this, we can conclude this answer here. with respect to the mechanism of driving plate. So guys, we'll be ending this session here today. Thank you very much. All the best.